All right, my name's Nicholas Fisher. I've been working on automobiles since I was 15. I started at the Tech Center when I was in high school. Went to college at Northwestern Auto Diesel College in Lima, Ohio, and then started working for Ford Motor Company. I've been with Ford Motor Company now for 15 years, and it's pretty good living.
My name is Brian Chestnut, currently a service writer / service manager at Courtesy Ford. Started in the business about 11 years ago.
Hard work, dirty, sweat a lot, greasy, dirty hands.
The advice I give about getting into the field, you got to, like I said, be outgoing, be willing to work a lot of hours, be dependable. And that goes with being a tech as well. Because nobody wants somebody that they can't depend on being at work on time, calling out.
Twice a month, I have to continually take tests. I voluntarily take ASE tests, which is the Automotive Service Excellence training and certification for all of the automobile industry. I have to do that every 4 years, recertify in each area. There's 8 areas to be certified in. Ford sends us through training. I don't have any more because I'm at the highest level, but they have probably 2 years worth of training that you have to do and go through. They pay for everything, send you. It's pretty nice. I went to college. I did the stint at Northwestern for 2 years, Auto Diesel College. What that did for me is allowed me to progress a lot faster than other kids. I got out, took my ASE tests, passed them just like that. I started doing the Ford tests, passed them, haven't had any problems with it. I can breeze by all the tests and pass them no problem. We got the electrical classes through Ford. You have to know it, because you have to know electronics and everything. If you can't pass it, you're not gonna learn it. And 75% of people that take those first 2 tests through Ford fail. Me going to college made me one of the 25% that didn't. The flip side is there's people that make just as much money as I did and never went to college for this. That's the bad thing. Do you need the college degree? No. But does it help? Yes. It helps you walking in the door getting a little more money. Just out of high school, you're going to start as an apprentice or an oil changer at probably minimum wage hourly with a little bit of overtime. I was able to walk in and get $2 to $4 more an hour than what normal people did due to the education and the background. We worked on flag hours. Each job has a booked time. Say you're doing an alternator, says it pays 2 hours. You get paid 2 hours, whether it takes 1 hour or it takes 4 hours. You get paid a flat rate, book time. You got to have a lot of effort and motivation to do the flat rate. Most apprentices start off hourly to kind of get their feet in the door, kind of start off, see how they're going to do, find out what specialty area they're good in. Some people are only good in one area, some people are good in all areas. Me, I do everything, but we have some guys that only do AC electrical, some guys just do front end work, some guys just do engine work. The apprenticeship program helps us figure out what your abilities are, what you're going to be able to do, and what your skill is. My apprentice right now, he's got general knowledge of everything, but he does transmissions most of the time. He's 20 and can rebuild a transmission better than me. And he came out of Rockdale Career Academy, so that's pretty impressive.
We do have to work Saturdays. Being an advisor, we work a lot more Saturdays than technicians do. We currently work every other Saturday. We're here from 7 to 4. And being an advisor, we don't get a lunch because there's only 2 of us here on Saturday, so we don't have nobody to cover for us when we're at lunch. Technicians, they work 1 Saturday a month. And of course, they do get a lunch break on Saturday and come in. They work 8 to 4. But it is, that goes back to being a lot of hours, everything else. Right. And a lot of times, we are eating at the desk while we're working, being a service advisor.
You'd be an apprentice until we felt you wouldn't starve. You know, you start on an hourly rate. You work with a technician. Before I started doing it, everybody had their own skill group. So you'd spend 6 months with one guy doing one skill group, 6 months with another guy. Since I do everything, you just stay with me the whole time. It just depends on when I feel you can make a living at doing it. And it's not just working on cars. You have the administrative side, you have paperwork, you have prior approvals you have to do. There's diagnosing you have to do, and it takes a while. It takes a while. You have a pre-employment drug test, background checked, and DMV, or whatever you guys call it down here, your driver's license checked. Anything over 4 points, you'll be lucky to get a job in an automotive dealership. You have to have a clean driving record. If you get caught speeding while you're working, dealership don't pay for the ticket, that's on you. If you get too many of them, you can lose your job. We do random drug testing here. Randomly come down, pick some people out. You gotta be drug free. The drug tests also include breathalyzers. No drinking. You don't wanna lose a finger doing this. If you're going in for a drug test, you're getting a breathalyzer also. If you get hurt on the job, first thing you do is have to take a drug test and a breathalyzer test. You wreck a car, drug test, breathalyzer test. All of that's bad. Don't want to do it. You damage it, you buy it. I got out of a car and left the door open. It was still in reverse. Ripped the door off. $1,000 deductible. That's what you get in a wreck, anything like that, it's $1,000. You run into something, break something, rip a mirror off. You're responsible. We're responsible for anything in the car at any time. You know, if we break something, it's our responsibility, not the dealerships. They'll work with you sometimes, but you just got to be careful of what you're doing. You got to pay attention. You know, if you do an oil change, don't put oil in it, and they drive off, they might let you get by on the first one, but the second one, they might hold you responsible for that. Or you just might not have a job anymore. That's up to management. Just to give you an example, my toolbox was $11,000. Every tool in it was about $80,000. I've been buying tools for 15 years. I just paid them off 2 weeks ago. I have a $0 tool bill. It is nice. So all said and done, about $98,000 worth of stuff. The dealerships, most places do not supply technicians with tools. As soon as you get out of school, as soon as you're an apprentice, you have to buy tools. It's a must. And the more tools you have, the easier it makes your job, which means you can make more money.
Here in the back end of the service department at Courtesy, we have females working in parts department. We have had female service advisors as well. They seem to do pretty good, because a lot of times men will want to listen to a female over a male. But usually service advisor or working on a parts counter is a good role for a female in the industry.
There's going to be cars from days on. Now the big thing is cars are all electronic these days. You need to have math and electronic skills to be doing some of this these days. It's not like the older guys that just put brakes and throw spark plugs at something. Cars are quite advanced now. I mean, they're computers now. You got to have some sort of ability to do that if you go to that side of working on cars, the electronic side of it. But everything's electronic now. Steering, brakes, throttle, everything's electronic on cars. Well, interview, first impression. You want to look good, dress nice. Don't come in a t-shirt and blue jeans and your hat on backwards. Comb your hair, put on a dress shirt and some nice slacks. First impression is the first impression somebody gets of you. You don't want it to be bad.
Get your foot indoors. Always good to be dressed nice, clean haircut, clean shaven, because first impression does mean a lot.
Tattoos, cover them up. I probably have 10. You can't see any on me. They're all clothed. You don't want to have them all over your arms. It's a bad impression on people, especially on an interview, or wear long sleeves if you have them on your arms. You know, jewelry, I'm married, I don't wear my wedding ring. It's a safety issue. You can get hurt severely having jewelry on. Necklaces, things get caught, you don't want that. You know, all our uniforms, they're fireproof, flame retardant, so that way when you're doing something with sparks, it doesn't catch you on fire. And the work supplies them. We pay like $4 a month, and they supply the uniforms and everything.